Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And it was in the gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson titled, This Devil is Getting Ready to Show His Horns. This is from Kyle Kulinski. It says, ISIS. ICE nightmare is worse than anybody could have imagined. And he's going to say how ICE are really harassing so-called U.S. citizens, which you're not really citizens, man, all right? You're basically goyim, you sheep. At the end of the day, that's what you are. You're not a citizen, because if you were citizens, then, they would have dealt better with you, but instead they're failing very wickedly with you people. And that's because you people have given your freedoms and your civil rights up, and you've traded in convenience for a peace of mind for your freedoms. And now it's showing, because these Gestapo troops, or Gestapo, I think, which was a term that was used during the Nazi regime, and also I believe Stalin's execution squads, somewhere around that order. Can't recall it, but regardless of it, you can look it up. I might be off on that, but regardless of that, these Gestapo-like tactics are putting you Americans in a bind. And a lot of this shit is crisis acting, because they're it's funny how the camera gets conveniently on people getting beat down, and it's causing a ruckus throughout the country, because now you devils are being attacked by your own people, which these ICE agents, in my humble opinion, they're hiring any goddamn body, all right? They're hiring racists, felons, criminals, ex-cops, whatever, military. Then a lot of these people can actually be foreign troops too, because you notice they're not showing their face. For one thing, you're not showing your face, then that's automatically a red flag, because why you got a gator on your face for? Like, what's that all about? But yet you Americans, what you do, you get up, go to work, you pay your taxes, and you get the shit beat out of you, because your tax dollars is indefinitely funding what's happening to you on the streets of Babylon, man. Okay, there was another shooting yesterday by ICE in Minnesota, and now protests is getting ready to be pretty much nationwide, man, because we're in those times, and Esau is showing his horns, man. Like we told you people, this devil was gonna come down with great wrath, because he got but a short time, so things are gonna get worse. And what they're targeting the tribes too. All right, they're targeting you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And I saw a video today on Threads of I believe the ICE agents was going inside of a Target for like a washroom break, and basically you had Jake following them, cursing them out, calling them bitch ass niggas and all this other shit. And you Jakes are barking up the wrong tree, because if anything, they really gonna cut loose on you Israelites, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because they're really deployed to harass you. Okay, they just gonna crack a couple Edomites upside the head to get this civil war going, because they know that you Jakes are too goddamn docile and stupid to even understand your coming out of your enemy. But they're targeting Edomites too, man. So anyway, I'm gonna play a couple of minutes of this video, and the rest is history. So here we go.
Review. Read that again. That means DHS is arresting human beings before verifying who they are, before confirming citizenship or legal status, and before establishing probable cause, then locking them in detention facilities while they, quote, figure it out. So understand something, y'all. By that logic, with that approach, none of us are safe. None of us are safe. They'll lock you up, and then we'll figure out later what we're going to do with that person. Well, what the fuck? How many examples have we seen? Many, by the way, of like people going, I'm an American citizen, here's the proof of my American citizenship, and they respond with, I don't care. I don't care. So it appears like what they have is an arrest quota that's likely been given to them by Stephen Miller. Like, I don't care how you hit the number, we gotta hit the number. We have an arrest quota. And so what they're doing is going around and harassing anybody and everybody they see, especially people of color.
Stephen Miller, that devil. All right, that devil. He really got it in for you Jakes, man. All right. And one thing about this administration, like we said, they was going to show their horns, because the first administration, Trump was being a devil. With this administration, he's being a devil 2.0, and he's getting ready to stick it to you Jakes, because this is Nero. Okay, Nero did the same thing when he had power during the time of the Roman Empire, when, you know, he blamed the insurrections and all that other stuff on Israelites. Same concept, man. All right, nothing new under the sun. Everything is reincarnated. People, kingdoms, shit, hell, animals, everything is coming back in his own particular stead after his own kind. So this is nothing more but the Roman Empire revitalized again. And the same shit happened in Rome. It's the same thing happening today. You jakes will be the target, and it's going to come to the point that they're going to start going door to door, whether it's ICE or some foreign military, which a lot of them could be foreign military, you know, but they're not official law enforcement. And even then, if they are officially the Border Patrol, then they got the right to do what they want to do to you. Okay, JD Vance has given them the opportunity to open up on you Negroes, man. You people in general, you know.
If you're brown, they're just going to default assume that you don't belong in this country. That's their thought process. That's how they're functioning. And so now you know they're doing status review arrests, which is not a thing. That's not a thing. If the cops acted like that, it would be the #1 scandal in the country. Yeah, we just arrest anybody based on no reason whatsoever and then figure it out after. Well, that's not how this is supposed to work. Again, this is the sort of shit that foments revolution, man. All right, they say, that is not law enforcement, that is not due process, that is government-sanctioned human trafficking. People are being seized, transported, and confined by the state without identity verification based on suspicion alone. U.S. citizens have already been caught in this net. Lawful residents have already been caught in this net. If the government can detain you first and ask questions later, constitutional rights become optional. The question isn't whether mistakes will happen, they already are. The question is how long Americans will accept a system where freedom depends on a bureaucrat deciding you deserve it after you've been locked up. Detained for status review is not normal, it is not legal, and it should terrify everyone. That is exactly right. And it's a war on freedom. They have taken away your freedom. So here you go. Here's one example of somebody detained for status review. Just absolutely insanely fascist actions here. All right, more. Ron Filipkowski says, ICE drones are coming to a city near you. Holy shnikes. So Chrissy Noem says,
and they're already here. They in Kansas City. They everywhere. I mean, it's been a lot of cops out there tracking temperatures and all that other stuff. It's getting real. You know, it's getting real kind of suave around these parts, man. And you know, eventually they're just gonna start cracking heads to the point people gonna revolt against them, and that's what they want. They're trying to start or spark a civil war, man. Because you Americans, man, you've taken a lot to get nothing in return. You people have been played by your government, man. Talking about sending $100,000 per citizen in Greenland so he can take over their land, but yeah, you people can't even afford fucking ICE. Literally, man. So it's a lose-lose situation for you people. It's not looking too good. It's the book of Revelation 12:12, and I'm actually on the road to Salakia. Revelation 12:12, and it says here, rejoice, therefore ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down to you, having great wrath, because he have but a short time. Yeah, he's coming down with great wrath, and this is part of it. You know, ICE is causing a lot of issues in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, so I think it was out there. It wasn't Philly. It may have been. It wasn't Baltimore. I always get Philly, Baltimore, and Portland mixed up because a lot of the same stuff go down. But I think somebody got clapped. 2 people got shot last week in one of those 3 states that I mentioned. So there's more going on that they're not reporting. But when it comes to you Negroes, I'm pretty sure they're overly policing you, because now they're going door to door asking people that live here, hey, let me see your credentials, let me see your ID, which that's totally unlawful. Okay, that's against the Posse Comitatus Act. And on top of that, you don't have a right to be on anybody's property, being the federal authority, unless you got a warrant signed by a judge, man. You can't just go barging in people's house, you know. And that's going to give people the green light to start opening up on you. And that's what they want, you know. So, hey, it says here, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down to you having great wrath, because he have it but a short time. Okay? So his time is short, so he's getting ready to make his move, because the New World Order, hey, they're putting it to play now. Okay, remember Schwab said 3 years ago about the year of the polycrisis. Thing it's going to be a very, very more angrier world. What do you think he meant by that? Okay, by harassing people, by cracking people upside their heads, by taking away freedoms. You know, you own nothing and be happy. So they're getting ready to take shit. You know, people getting ready to default on mortgages. The economy is in shambles right now. And one event is going to tip this thing over the iceberg, man. You know? Sirach 9:13. It says, keep thee from the man that have the power to kill. Who is that? Esau. This is why you see ICE in your cities, man. Go the other way. Try to be nosy and shit. Go the other way, man. You know, if you know your city, go around. Don't be sitting up there trying to go down that road, knowing that they're pulling people over and messing with people. Don't do that. You know, go the other way. I'm talking to you Jakes out there, man. You brothers in the truth. This ain't our fight, man. Okay, this ain't our battle. This has nothing to do with us. Our job is to prophesy, man. Okay? When they come looking for us, which eventually they will, that's when the Lord gonna make his move. So before that, it ain't your fight, man. All right, we ain't got nothing to do with these people getting grabbed up. These people bought it on themselves, and you know what? They deserve it because this is a wicked society anyway. Okay, you think the people getting grabbed up, you think they're saints of the Heavenly Father? You think a nigga getting dragged out of his car, you think that he's innocent? No, man. Okay, read the book of Romans 13th chapter. You know, that's the sword of the Most High is at work, and the Lord don't miss. So if you right with the Heavenly Father, you ain't got to really worry about these things, man. You just keep a low profile and do the work. You know, though we all will be tested, but this ain't our worry right now, man. You know, and we got to make sure we in the right spirit dealing in these times, because it's easy to get hasty and anxious, and then you do dumb shit. Then, you know, like they say, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and that, you know, you don't want to be involved in. But it says here, so thou shalt not fear death, and thou shalt come upon him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest through the battlements of the city, man. Okay. So anyway, I'm at my destination, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash. Lord's will, you were edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.
As drones represent the new frontier of American air superiority, under President Trump, we are entering a new era to defend our air superiority, to protect our borders and the interior of the United States. And the interior of the United States, he said there, very clear. With the creation of the DHS Program Executive Office for Unmanned Aircraft Systems and Counter-Unmanned Aircraft Systems, President Trump continues his historic legacy in developing American dominance. This will help us continue to secure the border and cripple the cartels, protect our infrastructure, and keep Americans safe as they attend festivities and events during a historic year of America's 250th birthday and FIFA 2026. So, yes, drones, imagine drones regularly policing the sky and spying on people and scanning your face and determining, I don't think that person's a citizen, or perhaps I think that person's a liberal or a leftist and we should fuck with them. That's what we're heading towards, y'all. They're trying to ban any and all dissent, and now they're going to deploy ICE drones in order to accomplish that goal. More. This looks like it's fucking parody. This looks like it's like a Daily Show segment or some SNL shit. Look at this. Fox News actually tweeted this. Stop the madness. Quote, what we are seeing across the country as organized gangs of wine moms use Antifa tactics to harass and impede ICE agents is not civil disobedience. It isn't even protest. It's just crime. Fox News unironically said, and I quote, there's organized gangs of wine moms that are committing crimes. Do these people have any idea how insane they look to anybody with a functioning brain cell? Do they have any idea how this comes across? These are the most un-American, insecure, freakish little pricks I've ever heard in my life. Organized gangs of wine moms? I gotta be honest with you guys, as a percentage of the population, they probably commit the least amount of crime of any demographic ever. Wine moms never hurt anybody. What are you talking about? You're really gonna try to convince people that wine moms are like basically a cartel now that are doing violence against ICE agents? Guys, the victimization narrative on the right is so fucking out of control. It's insane. It's insane. Like, I'm sorry, you guys are not victims. You guys are the perpetrators. You guys are the criminals. So shut the fuck up with your whining and your bitching and your moaning and get the fuck out of these free cities. All right, more. This is the teen that ICE beat up and detained from Target until they realized he was a U.S. citizen and threw him out of the car in the Walmart parking lot. Fuck ICE. Justice for Juan Carlos. And here's what he looks like. Here's what he looks like. They fucked him up. ICE agents detained a U.S. citizen, legal observer in Minneapolis. They really go after these legal observers, the people trying to make sure they don't commit crimes. Ironically, they commit crimes against the people who are trying to make sure they're not committing crimes. So they say ICE agents detained a U.S. Citizen, legal observer in Minneapolis, smashing his car window, dragging him out, and placing a knee on his neck. Conduct banned under Minnesota law after George Floyd. Well, of course. They're doing the things that led to George Floyd's death. Take a look at this.
Fucking asshole! Nazi! fucking resisting! You fucking piece of shit! Fuck you!
Knee on the neck, just like that. So, I mean, add this to the list of, what, thousands of crimes now committed by these ICE thugs. And, of course, there's going to be no accountability whatsoever. Even though this is clearly criminal action and it's caught in plain sight in 4K.
What the fuck? No!
Jesus Christ, man. All because he wants to keep his community safe. And the irony is, ICE pretends like we're keeping the community safe by beating their ass on a daily basis. And here's the guy who's actually keeping the community safe, and they're beating his ass. Okay. Anti-ICE protester pepper sprayed in the face as CBP agents attempt to disperse the crowd of protesters following them through Minneapolis. Here we go. Let's take a look at this one. Oh my God. Totally fucking uncalled for. This is what these people do. Understand something, guys. They are looking for trouble. They are looking for violence. These are right-wing thugs who don't like liberals and leftists, and they see these protesters and they go, these are liberals, these are leftists, and so they assault them and they shoot fucking pepper spray at them for no fucking reason. God damn it. So apparently if you say fuck you, that's a pepper sprayable offense. Jesus Christ. Oh God, this gotta hurt so much. Point blank in the eye with pepper spray. Jesus. Breaking, Border Patrol takes a young man in Minneapolis, likely a teenager, who repeatedly asked to go into his house to show proof of his immigration papers, but BP did not allow. This is from Status Coup. Again, shout out to Status Coup. Everybody go subscribe to their YouTube channel. They're covering all this stuff live. Bro, that's a child right there. That is a child. By the way, why the fuck are these people dressed like this? Why are you dressed like this? It's bad enough that they're covering their faces and hiding their identities, even though they're supposed to be representing the community, and they're paid for by our tax dollars, so we're their boss. It's bad enough they're hiding their identities, right? But like, why are you dressed like you're in fucking Desert Storm? What is this? Why are you wearing camouflage? Also, note here, it's not actually camouflage if you're not in a fucking forest. This is camouflage for a forest, dipshit. What is this? Would you play a little bit too much Call of Duty when you were younger? And you were like, I want to try to do this shit in real life? I want to, like, go shoot pepper balls at grandma's faces? Does that make it so you can get off? Is that what that is? Jesus.
What's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas?
So, somebody just got picked up by Border Patrol?
This wind is insane. Feels exactly like White House Survival. White House Survival simulates exactly this kind of extreme cold waves. Your city's temperature drops in real time. Energy supply determines life or death, and tech upgrades decide whether...
Teenager, so a child, and he has proof of immigration papers, and they didn't let him grab them. My God. In Minneapolis, federal agents are asking people for immigration status. In this video, you can see agents at a parking lot asking people charging their cars to show proof of their immigration status. The drivers were people of color. What a shock that that's what's going on there. ICE is going door to door now. What should you do if they knock on your door? Okay, so this is now they're going door to door. By the way, this is completely and utterly unconstitutional. This is totally illegal. They cannot enter your house or even go on your property unless they have your approval. They would need a judicial warrant. They don't have judicial warrants for this. They might say they have a warrant, but what they mean is an administrative warrant, which doesn't count. You need a judge to sign a warrant with your name on it. They don't have those, but they're going door to door. Wildly unconstitutional. So all the right-wingers who pretended like their main issue was the Constitution for all these years, if you're not speaking up now, you're completely and utterly fucking full of shit. Because this is such a brazen violation of the Constitution, it's not even close, and no right-wingers are opposed to it. They all fucking love it, because it's harassing people of color. Today at 34th and Park in Minneapolis, a woman tried to drive down the street where a protest had broken out in front of a home ICE was raiding, saying she had a doctor's appointment to get to. ICE agents busted out her windows, cut off her seatbelt, and pulled her out before arresting her. This woman is just trying to drive to her doctor's appointment, and watch what happens.
Hey, go that way. Hey, back the fuck up. Sidewalk.
Get out of here!
Force is not law. Force is not law. You are not following the law.
All because she wanted to drive down the road where an ICE raid was happening because she wanted to get to her doctor's appointment. And when they tried to block her, she raised her voice at them. And that's enough for them to physically assault you on camera in front of everybody. That's a woman. This guy is manhandling a woman.
Please, my police people are disabled trying to get a doctor up there. That's why I'm Does this make you feel strong?
These are terrorists. Can we just call them what they are? These are fascist terrorists. Their day of reckoning will come.
Yeah, man! This is your duty! Why don't you help that woman? Help that woman! Why don't you help someone? All you do is hurt! All you do is hurt! She's trying to drive down the street! Fucking please! Where is the law? Where's your unity? Where's your unity? Let her go!
Jesus Christ. Arlete Maria Martinez's